and
They're
double.
saying we're muted.
Goddamn.
Oh, okay. No, we're good. I think.
Are we good now?
It appears so. All right, moving on.
I had a very passionate sup with it. Did they not hear that?
I don't think they did.
It would
I think
have.
they missed.
Yeah, sorry.
That was pretty good. You did well.
Oh no. Well, that sucks.
Well, sup with it. What is up?
Yes.
We are here for the people. I am not Bobby Scar. I did not get 6th at Genesis. But we got an awesome show for you today. Speaking of 6th at Genesis, Genesis gets announced. Super SmashCon. Juggleguy, you were there. What is up with it?
Dude, SmashCon was amazing. It actually blew away my expectations. And as somebody who is kind of picky and like, notorious for kind of judging tournaments as a TO, dude, it was actually pretty amazing. So highly recommend. I think it's going to come back next year. I don't see this as a one-time thing at all. And yeah, that was last weekend for me.
And I heard you scrub lorded it with not finishing a tournament on time.
Yeah, that was yesterday. Second time ever. Didn't finish a tournament before the venue kicked me out, which is very unfortunate. Dude, we did singles. We did singles and doubles for the last summer weekly in Michigan. Did not cap either event. We ended up getting 90 people for singles and like 30 teams, and we had to do that in 4 hours on like I forget how many setups, but we didn't get it done. All right, scrubbed it out. I became juggle fraud. Yeah, temporarily like reverted to noob TO status. It's not a good feeling.
You're gonna go up on the Michigan Grand PR?
I might. It was just top 3 teams had to split because singles finished and then teams later in the night.
So Sheridan, what do you think about that?
Well, sometimes you get in over your head, but the mark of a good TO is having a plan for when things go wrong, and it sounds like Robin did the best with what he could at the time, given his mistakes. You don't want to turn one mistake into 2 mistakes, so
that's what we call snowballing.
Yeah.
And how are you, Sheridan?
I am contemplating my life decisions to run Genesis 3 because Genesis 1 and 2 were like the most stressful things that have ever happened. And now we're doing something that is going to be like double both Genesis 1 and 2 combined.
Yes.
So that's that.
You know what's amazing about Bobak?
What?
He makes things exciting. DVR makes things exciting. You make things exciting. NorCal makes things exciting.
I'm a very exciting and excitable person, as you know.
Like, for example, that Genesis trailer was just a name and some revolving letters. But how excited were you when you saw that?
Those are the best teaser trailers, dude. Okay, I'm going to tell... This is going to be a little bit of a tangent here. The best teaser trailer of all time is The Dark Knight. It was 2 voices and a bat logo kind of crumbling apart. And that was it! But that was the best teaser trailer I've ever seen. Nothing's ever going to top it. Look it up on YouTube right now if you haven't seen it.
It doesn't really stick in my memory very much.
It's amazing. You have to watch it. I've probably watched it 80 or 90 times.
Just calm down, Robin.
Oh my god.
I mean,
calm down.
You know what video is going to pretty soon top that for me in terms of watching it 80, 90 times?
Crimson Blur combo video?
Yeah, no. But you are close.
A young Blur gets his comeuppance.
Yes. So stream, if you have not seen that video, TLDR, I'm not going to give you a TLDR, just watch it. And who do we have here? Who are you? You're
Who's that guy over there?
Yeah.
You talking to me?
Is that a spider?
Oh, okay. I'm sure you've got a pun ready to go for this, right?
No, I'm in a web of confusion.
There we go. There it is.
That was weak.
2 out of 10, dude. Just straight up 2 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't give that very many. Yeah. I'm Webbs. Thanks for bringing me on at the last second. Literally got a message from Rob on Facebook less than 5 minutes ago. Just like, hey,
that's how we do it.
You want to jump on Melee on me? I was like, all right. I was about to play some Rocket League, but you know I can push that back a little bit. This takes precedence, I think.
You can play that all night.
No, I can't. I'm going to bed right after this. Going straight to
take the hit. Don't go to work tomorrow. All Rocket League.
Just Rocket League?
Yeah, just maybe. Rocket League.
I am going to Michigan for Body City 3.
Yes.
In a couple weeks.
Yes.
I'm actually having some trouble convincing other Chicago people to go with me, but I'm going no matter what.
Of course, Chicago being busters.
Yeah, but after the recent debacle with Juggleguy not.
Oh no! Oh.
Now I'm calling his legitimacy as the GOAT of TOs into question. I already told him that if Body City doesn't run that well, I'm putting Blur ahead of him on the TO.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Get off! Blur has never
off this show.
Blur.
I'm just saying, hey, it's up to you. You've
never done a lot of things that we have, and yet
I'm just saying,
he likes to parade himself.
You know, the biggest tournament Blur's ever hosted. What was it, like 200 and something? We'll say 230. 230.
Yeah, the KOCs. And you know, running a regional, you know, it's hard. It's hard.
Regional status. That guy's a scrub.
But yeah, you know, there's a big difference between the regional and national, and that's what really makes you a man. It makes you a real person of note in the community, in the TOing community.
Dang, we're just calling out Crimson Blur as a melee on.
Hey, you know, if he wouldn't get so much call out if he didn't have so much pride and candor about what he
he asks for it. Really, he's asking.
He does, and he feeds on it. It's like Dewan, you know. Dewan's gonna say how great he is, and he's gonna want you to try to tear him down, and like he's just gonna feed off of that.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, he had like a 0-40 record against my Fox one night at Twitch.
It's really gross.
Many 3 and 4 stocks. I'm gonna have to say.
Wow.
But anyway, the show must go on. Not an accomplishment to beat Crimson Blur with my Fox.
Not at all.
I should be ashamed.
Yeah, even to bring that up.
You know, when you have like a resume and you're early in your career, you're wondering how to fill that space because you only have like 1 to 2 pages. Like in the beginning, like when you're fresh out of college, you'd put I beat Crimson Blur with Fox. But very quickly, it will get discarded for something better.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, it won't take much.
So, Juggleguy, what's the agenda?
We got Genesis 3. I don't know how much you want to talk about that, Sheridan. We got other PSAs. Shall we start with Genesis 3?
Yeah, that's the big one. Might as well start
Genesis 3. It's happening.
Is it actually happening? Because like we go through this every year. The first time we went through this was in 2013 when Genesis 3 was a thing.
We never actually announced it, though. We never actually announced it in 2013.
It was a Smashboards thread on Melee discussion in the tournament section of Smashboards. I count that as announcing back in 2013.
Nah, that was different.
All right.
That's when Smashboards was popping with these tournament, listings.
Yeah.
And
well,
stuff.
Okay, and you know the reason why we didn't.
Yeah.
So if anything like that happens for January, like if some company comes along and promises to put $100,000 down for their own Smash tournament and hires all of us to run it, then maybe we won't have Genesis. But
sure.
Unless some crazy thing like that happens, Genesis is happening.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna let that hype just kind of keep sudsing up.
All right.
A little bit before I release any details.
You know what's gonna happen first? Hacks breaking top 5 or Genesis 3?
What did Hacks get at Big House 4?
No, breaking like top 5 like in rankings.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, are we gonna go down this path? We could go down a very depressing path
do
right now.
Else. Let's
do Daniel, you remember me, you, and Arian talking to CEO about this?
Yeah, it was very depressing. Let's not.
Such a depressing. We'll save it for another show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, holy crap! You know what? Chet Magongalo, thank you for the resub.
What was that, Daniel? Chet
Magongalo.
Yeah. You got even worse the second time.
So thank you very much. I think it's very telling that this is your third month because we just announced Genesis 3. So thank you very much.
How is that telling?
It isn't, but anyway.
Maybe it is appropriate, or maybe it is
coincidental.
Yeah. Anyway, what else we got? Melee Games Season 4. If you haven't seen the site for this on Smash.gg, it looks so pro.
It looks amazing, actually.
Yeah. It looks like something off of a pro sports site.
Smash.gg/TMG.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
How many states do they have for that now?
I'm excited for NorCal to defend their title again, of course. NorCal's amazing.
You know what's crazy? Berkeley winning last year.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy, dude.
Unexpected, for sure.
That was an example of a crew battle, like making the right counter picks, and just all the swing stocks went in their direction for like 2 or 3 straight crew battles. They just like straight to the top at that last tournament. Super Nebs, right?
Who was the captain? Or did they all kind of co-captain?
Was it Warwick? I think.
Oh, was it Glenn? Okay.
Yeah. I think he was the captain. From
good job.
What it seemed like.
Yeah. Well, good captains can make all the difference. Like at MLG crew battle.
I don't think that was.
I think.
Or poor decisions from the other crew can make the difference, such as Hungry Box going in and losing 3 stocks to Mango right off the bat.
Yeah,
you have to get yourself in a position to take advantage of that in the first place.
I don't know, man.
I think we couldn't have done a better, given the results that we got, like the first few rounds of the crew battle. We couldn't have done any better with our decision making. I mean, losing the first one really puts you at a disadvantage. And they managed to keep it up for quite a while, and we just kept holding on and on, not letting them counterpick us until we got to the place that we wanted to be. And
only correct decision is to put in Chudat versus Mango with wobbling on and the skill levels close enough where he could keep up, and it'd probably eliminate Mango if he went in with 4 stocks to Mango's like 2.
You know what? I feel like Hungrybox is like the Vinny Del Negro of Melee coaching, because Vinny Del Negro had like a bunch of great players. They're up by 5 all the time with the Clippers, and then they choke. You expect them to choke because it's Vinny Del Negro. I feel like Sheridan was more they were awful than you were spectacular. You were good.
I'll take
you
it.
Weren't spectacular.
It. Well, it's me and Hugo.
I love those ESPN debates of like, did they lose this game or did the other team win this game? This is like. We're having that exact same conversation right now. We're worse than ESPN right now. You realize that?
Yeah, but we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Alrighty. What are we moving on to, guys?
We're moving on to Call Me Bruns, just brand new subscription. Thank you so much.
Man, I just used my 7-month resub right before this.
I had my 25-month resub yesterday.
25?
But nobody cares because I'm part of the team, so it would be bad if I hadn't had it that long. Anyway, Big House 5 updates from Young Jugglet.
We do. Yes. So hotel rooms have sold out. That ship has sailed. Working on another overflow deal with a hotel within walking distance. But if you haven't booked your hotel room, you goofed, and now you're going to have to walk like 1 mile to the venue every day, unless you want to pay.
1 mile?
That's the closest walking distance hotel.
Hey, you know what you could do, Juggleguy?
What?
You know what?
What?
I heard they have Uber there, and I heard you have a code.
You know what's funny? My account got suspended because I think Uber thought I was like exploiting the system because I got so many referrals from like one of the tournaments. It might have been CEO or one of the Summer Smash tournaments. Just
Probably
by posting
Apex when
in the
it was CEO.
Was it
because you had to use one of my free Uber codes to get home to the airport.
I was like, Daniel, I need a favor. I pulled an M2K at the end of CEO, dude. I didn't know how to get to the airport. It was rough.
For Big House 5 rooms, I made a post in the Shyland Melee after I saw your big post, and Beach came in there and said something about potential opening up more rooms, like in a new deal with the same hotel, or is that not?
Yeah, I'm working on that.
With the venue hotel.
Yes, okay. I'm working on
that. So that's
a
possibility, but like not for sure.
No guarantee. Yes.
Just so you guys know, I booked mine like last night, so I got in under the wire.
I need a hotel room, guys. Anybody got any space? All right. So, yeah, sick with it. And when is the registration deadline for Big House 5?
September 12th, although Melee's going to cap.
Going up soon?
Yeah, September 1st.
Okay.
Melee's going to cap before then. You guys got to register.
Melee's going to be capping at 1024?
Yes, but I may find an excuse to raise it with no guarantees.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know what's funny, actually? On Rob's personal Twitch channel, which I just happened to randomly...
Oh,
I found my way there. No, it's all right. Hold on. So I was on the Smash GG thing. You should go delete those, by the way. It's got like a bunch of old Big House 4 like meetings that are archived. And I went back and I listened to one of those.
I hate you so much.
And
I hate you. Delete.
It was like some of the least organized, like
delete.
Oh, really?
Just the beginning ones.
The seedy underbelly of Big House 4 operations.
Oh, I think my problem was I didn't know how to stream, so I recorded like only myself for a couple of them.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize. And then like, you know, when someone missed the meeting, I told them, go back to my Twitch channel and watch. They're like, damn, dude, this shit sucks.
But the funny thing was, I was listening to, I don't know, it was meeting number 2 or something, and you guys were arguing about capping Melee at 512. You were like, there's no way it's going over 512. You know, I thought it wasn't 350 entrants.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't going past 512 last year, but then
that's a warning for this year, because last year you were like estimating 350, and you ended up with what, 7?
Make it double.
Yeah.
Prepare for trouble, man, Rob.
We'll make people earn it. I have some stuff to announce. There's some exciting stuff in the pipeline.
I'm excited. Yeah. I don't even know what's going on.
Looking forward to it.
Alrighty. Any other announcements?
Paragon LA registration is like
a day.
Saturday.
Isn't it like tomorrow? 2 days?
Yeah,
like Saturday.
Man, it's coming quick.
Yeah.
You know, PM is, I feel like that's going to be a very big PM event as well. Probably one of the biggest of the year. So,
well, did you see how much is in the pot bonus for PM?
Like $7,000. That's insane.
Yeah.
Their doubles
where did that come
like
from?
$4,000.
Yeah, there's a Teespring campaign that raised money, and their pot bonus is pretty massive right now.
They sold, I think, 600 shirts is what I read.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
you know,
that.
Props to them, because I made a call out to them to say, like, if you want things like Paragon to exist, you have to support them because of sponsorship related issues, and you know they're meeting the needs. So kudos to you, Project M people. I don't play your game, but gotta give you credit.
Cool. All right, so who was at Super SmashCon? Just
Rob?
Me.
Rob? All right.
Just me.
I'm bummed I couldn't go.
Melee it on us, Rob.
Yeah, Daniel, when I told you, like, remember we had a conversation, like, I told you I can 80% recommend SmashCon a month ago.
Yeah.
That was pretty much true. Like, I couldn't 100% recommend it because I didn't know how much of the heavy lifting the convention organizers would do to help it, you know, actually build a good infrastructure and foundation for the tournament. And they were phenomenal. It was one of the best events I've ever been to.
And apparently Justin is a 64 player too.
Yeah, that's his Smash background. He really likes Smash 64.
Okay,
and he's not bad. I think he got like 13th out of like 170 or whatever at SmashCon. It's not
That's
bad at all.
That's really good.
So can we interpret based on his game preference that he was part of a fraternity of some sort?
I don't know. Maybe. Dude, 64 is so... Yeah, all the frat bros, dude. It's all 64. There's no exception to this rule. It's all 64. It's not Melee, not Brawl, it's not Smash 4. It's just Smash 64.
Okay. Well, we got one last, barometer test, right? It's payment. I'm not saying...
Yeah.
I think,
That's true.
I trust, the organizers, but that's the ultimate, okay, we can go on board and support it, is when the players get their payment.
Yeah, the SmashCon staff is handling that later this week, actually. There's emails going out. So we're going to make people be adults like they should be. You don't check your email, you're not getting your money. So check your email.
Scrubs.
Dude, hasn't someone still not cashed your check from last year for Big House 3?
Mewtwo King said he lost it or it got misplaced. I'm going to have to send him another one and just tell him, if I see two checks being cashed, I'm about to slap someone.
Why don't you give it to Cactus?
No, I believe him. I'm going to send him another one.
Yeah, he wouldn't lie about that.
Yeah. I haven't gotten around to it, but I think for like Super Sweet, he said it got like misplaced or something. I don't know.
All right. So, as long as it's on a different weekend that is not my anniversary weekend, I will go next year.
What is your anniversary weekend?
It's August 9th.
Uh-oh.
If they do it at the same time every year, then it's a lost cause unless I somehow convince Vicky to go with me to
August 9th it looks like it's a Wednesday. So
wait,
the weekend before? Question mark?
Possibly.
Dude, we're gonna plan this whole thing around Tafo. Like, if it's no go for Tafo, we're gonna move weekends. So.
Dude, I'm gonna do my analyst.
Is that important?
Yeah. Anyway, no, SmashCon was amazing. I really recommend it next year. It was, like everyone said, okay, unique experience, convention going experience, blah blah blah, and it really was that. I did more and was offered more activities convention wise at this tournament, this event, than every other Smash event combined that I've ever been to. Like, there was actually a legitimate other side where you could have a lot of fun doing things that don't involve sitting down and playing friendlies.
Was there you guys were laughing at my concept of a SmashCon like a year ago where I said, wouldn't it be cool if you could take a picture with Dreamland and Wispy like whispering, like blowing wind in the background? And you guys all laughed at me for that. But casual people love that. It's like, can I take a picture with the Wispy tree?
I'm still laughing right now at that, dude.
Did they have that at SmashCon? Was that a thing?
No.
Wouldn't you want to take a picture with Wispy? Like, and have these backdrop of like the big stages?
I feel like you're really hung up on the Wispy idea.
No.
Or like take a picture, or have like Randall go-karts around the map, around the thing. Like you could ride a little Randall train. Wouldn't that be really cool?
You're describing a Smash State Fair right now. That's not a con.
Yeah.
That's the worst idea I've ever heard.
Are there also straw?
You wouldn't want to ride a Randall? If you had a Randall the Cloud little cart, you would not tell me. You would like joyously.
If someone took a photo of me in that, I'd never be able to go on the internet ever again in my life.
I think you need to calm down, Tafakizi.
Yeah, you're getting worked up.
We need to move on this agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Right. Keep going.
Super SmashCon results.
Dude.
Anything? I mean, I look at the top 4, and that
no surprises.
No,
right,
no
you just
surprises.
nod when you see that.
But I think no surprises. But I think people were beginning to question whether Mewtwo King was going to fall from the top 6 to the next tier down.
Right.
And personally, I felt happy for him that he basically, he beat everybody that is really challenging him and kind of maintained that, there's still kind of that line between 6 and 7.
Right. Although I really, really wanted to see him versus West Balls, Didn't happen.
Right.
That's the other test, because he beat Hugs and he beat Axe twice, which is good, but I want to see a little bit more. So I'm not quite convinced yet that he's number 6. I'm actually gonna put Plup number 6 right now, MTK number 7. If per like just a personal list of if they both enter like 100 nationals in the next 100 days, I feel like Plup would outplace him a little bit. Just I'm putting him at 6.
Well, they played at What the Fox, right?
Opinion.
Westfalls and Mewtwo King played at What the Fox. And,
oh, did they?
Yeah, or one of those tournaments.
I can't remember.
It was either What the Fox or FC, and he won 3-1. If I recall.
Who are you talking about?
Mewtwo King versus Westfalls.
I don't know. Maybe he's still number 6.
People are saying Mewtwo King 6-0'd Plup at Smash and Splash.
He did. That's a head-to-head matchup. And
that wasn't even close.
Did
you watch those?
I did, and I factor in mutual record versus mutual opponents. Sorry, record versus mutual opponents more than I factor in a head-to-head.
Well, I mean, head-to-head isn't super important compared to every other one. It's just that it's simultaneously a win for that guy and a loss for the other guy.
It is, yes.
And you did say performance at a national 100 and 100 days. Not like,
Yeah.
So overall against the field, I could definitely see that, especially with the way Plup's been playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you some credit though. That's good.
I still take Mewtwo King.
I probably would
too.
I probably would still, but I can see the argument the other way at least.
Yeah.
See where he's coming.
So, I mean, the top 8 honestly was pretty easy to predict. I think Blur for once predicted every single set in top 8 correctly. Even though the rest of the weekend was pretty rough for him. I'm up $45 on him at SmashCon.
Ooh.
So shout outs to Blur for fattening the wallet, the Juggle wallet.
Yeah, I mean, once you saw who was in top 8, it didn't seem that hard to predict, but there were a couple surprises to get in. I don't know, Gatsu versus the Moon.
Didn't see that coming. He double limbed the Moon, I believe.
Did you really not see that coming?
I saw that coming.
Gatsu's pretty solid against the floatier kind of Marth.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. He also beat
MacD.
Yeah, he beat MacD.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
It's not shocking to me that he beat those two. He's the kind of Falcon who I think, he'd be pretty solid versus Peach, Falcon, Marth.
Yeah.
And we got somebody kind of bouncing back after, I would say, a slump of maybe like 6 months or so in Call Ball.
Yeah. He did pretty well.
He had a huge win against Hugs. I think his set against Hugs, that's a matchup he's obviously really well versed in, having played Plup Samus for so long.
And he beat Wizzy too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess he showcased a lot of just prior experience in matchup and players, because he plays Wizard all the time.
But you know what's funny? Even with all that Plup experience, I think Kobo was down versus Hugs. I know Hugs has beaten him at least 2 times before, and I think Kobo. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think it was 2-1 Hugs. I might get blown up by Tafo stats here, but I want to say it was 2-1. Hugs Kobo. Hugs versus Kobo before SmashCon.
Before SmashCon.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Hugs was up 2-1. So.
Who put Call Ball in losers? Because I'm looking at the top 32 right now, and he started in losers.
He was red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
I think actually a lot of MDVA gets slept on.
Yeah, they're a pretty deep region, dude.
Yeah.
Those Xanadu's, man.
Yeah, the funny thing is, half of them don't go to any Xanadu's ever, because apparently the traffic is awful. Weekdays, they don't want to do it.
I don't think the venue's huge either, and they get big turnouts for those Wednesday Melee events.
I was talking to Tantalus. They said anything over 80 entrants becomes very, very crowded and congested.
It's one of those things where you can just see the player cam and how many people are in the background. And you're I don't really think I would want to be there.
You see the venues I'm sure there's another room to it, and then you see the camera operator after a set. He's like, "Whoa, that was actually the whole room." They cannot fit more than 70 or 80 people in there. What do you guys think about Leffen's performance? He's super dominant. Is he like straight up the number 2 seed at a national that happens tomorrow? Number 1 even?
No, I will not put him.
I wouldn't give him
1. I will not put him at number 1.
No, I'd give him 2. I think I'd give him 2.
I think you have to look at the time frame and not just the number of tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, before CEO, he could have been as low as 5th.
Yes,
arguably as low.
Yeah,
as
I think
5th.
he was. I think he was 5th.
I don't know if I think I would have put him at 4th, but I would have entertained an argument for 5th. So it takes a little bit longer than a couple months to recover from that, in my opinion. Even though there were so many tournaments in that span of time, but you have to. I mean, Melee is more than just the number of tournaments. It's also how you as a player kind of process and learn things, and that takes things on the time scale of, well, it happens on a time scale and not necessarily a number of tournament scale.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah,
that's an important distinction to make in 2015, especially when you've got like a saturation of tournaments the way that we
yeah.
Because we
so many tournaments.
We used to think of things in time frame because it wasn't like, oh, they played this tournament, this tournament, this tournament. It was this many months because there were only so many tournaments during that many months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an easier metric. It's like we have to adjust our frame of reference.
Yeah, and I think you can't just look at 2015 in a vacuum too. Like people are already forgetting that Mango won MLG, Evo, and Big House 4. Like it's can't just look at 2015. I get kind of irked when
can't
imagine
that's a crazy run.
Not the number 1 seed in the next national. Like, wait a minute, guys. There's data that exists before Apex 2015.
Press start didn't happen either.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Right.
People ignore press start.
Although big tournaments.
Although that is kind of the only thing Mango has won this year, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and BAM.
Okay. Yeah.
But BAM is not super spectacular.
Yeah, just two of the top 6. That's a good one.
Is that Bay Area monthlies? Is that what those?
No, it's the Australia tournament.
The Australia one.
When you say, I know, whenever you say BAM, I always just think of the NorCal monthlies. Right?
I do too.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think the Australian tournaments existed well before.
Well, we're
Bay Area
NorCal.
monthlies. On that NorCal privilege.
Yeah, NorCal privilege. Such a privileged region.
Well, like Daniel, you might want to fact check this, but I think Leffen became the first Spacey to beat M2K on FD 2 times in a row.
Yeah.
3-stocked him.
Yeah.
3-stocked him with
3-stock, 2-stock.
Falco is the character that M2K's had the most, or the Spacey, I guess, out of the 2 that M2K's had the most trouble with on FD.
Mango's done it with. I believe Mango's done it with Falco at Fight Pit for one.
He's
of the
done it
sets.
a couple times with Falco.
Okay, the first Fox, I want to say.
Yeah, Fox definitely.
SFAT was ridiculously close.
Okay. Yeah. Times are changing, dude.
Yeah, I mean, Fox is it's getting to the point right now where well, first of all, Leffen is amazing with his up air combos, and FD
it looks terrifying.
FD makes it easier for him.
Yeah.
And not only that, but Foxes are learning how to use their position advantage in terms of like the vertical position advantage more and more. And when you are a Marth on FD and you get thrown up there, you have to get back down, and you have this Fox running back and forth, back airing you, up airing you.
Yeah.
Basically he has all the control, and you just have to kind of guess with your forward airs or whatever. And Fox's jump and back air is so fast that he can't
react to something.
You don't have you can do reactions. You don't necessarily have to make hard reads on it. So, and then to avoid it, you have to like kind of put yourself and go towards the ledge, which is another dangerous place for Marth.
Yeah.
So FD, I don't know.
Finally reached that point where Leffen got good enough to just like body M2K on FD.
Well, I still think FDs were Marth. I mean, you can't just take it away, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to become more and more about you know, this is just the 20XX thing. It's just punishment.
Yeah, it's just
because Mars still gets the hit and kills a space animal, right? Yes. It gets the grab and kills him. But now it's getting to the point where the space animals can do it too. So
then it becomes more about if punish is a given for everybody, then it becomes more about neutral game.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Gone are the days. Gone are the days of the full hop knee across the stage. And get away with it. Doesn't work out so well.
And M2K was dropping chain grabs. That was really sad.
Yeah.
Sad to see that.
Yeah, it was a combination of the 3 stock was like M2K missing like I don't know, the unusual 2 or 3 confirms, and Leffen just destroying him every time he touched him.
Yeah.
That game is like one of the if you want to just watch Fox play like incredibly well. I didn't see any tech errors out of him that entire game. Like it was just incredible.
It's just so solid.
Yep.
Very good. So
anything else about Super SmashCon?
That's pretty much it for now.
Yeah.
I will say it's probably going to be similar time frame next year, per my talks with Justin, the convention organizer. So Daniel,
you want to talk about Summer Rank?
Okay.
2015.
So I
do that or rule sets first.
Let's do the rank. Well,
right.
I mean,
it's up to you.
Let's just go ahead and run through the rankings.
Okay, so just real quick, I realized I haven't made a post of it exactly how the process worked. Basically, sent out a list of 42 people to people that are well-traveled, top players, commentators, figureheads, and I just basically said rank this list from 1 to 25, or rank the top 25 people. So not everybody's going to get ranked. And based on the number you give them, they get a certain number of points. So if you gave a first place vote to a player, they get 25. That player gets 25 points. Second place gets 24 points. And you work your way down until 25, where you get 1 point. And then I summed up all the ballots, and I took out the highest and lowest score to get rid of some variance, and that's how we got the results. It's been interesting so far.
Any salt so far? I haven't really seen much.
Not really.
I think honestly, with 25 people as opposed to 100,
yeah,
it's really hard to deviate. And so I think the biggest ones are like this guy is ranked 2 to 3 too high, but
right.
You know, I can see why people voted him. And
the Melee top player composition is such that like once you reach the top 30, it becomes pretty hard, I think, to argue that this person straight up should not be in the top 30. You know, I think there's
I have one that I think is
profoundly
overrated.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, it overrated.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Sheridan.
I would not put him in the top 30 even. AMSA.
Woo!
Oh, okay.
I am going to go ahead and...
I've never been an AMSA. I love the man. I love watching him play. I've never been an AMSA believer.
I'm going to go ahead and disagree with that one.
I don't have no confidence.
And I have no argument prepared. I'm just going to say I disagree.
Basically, what happened at EVO to AMSA is what I expect to happen basically at every tournament from now on.
Wow. Ouch.
Actually, you know what? There's a Japanese tournament going on right now, Master Hand 2015. That is currently live right now.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Yeah.
AMSA at this one?
Yeah, it's got AMSA. Hold on, I just retweeted it.
Yo.
I'm pulling it up right now. You guys, after this, we can actually probably raid that.
Why don't we raid them?
Yeah, Crazy Hand 2015. The Twitch is
rate them
PR,
with the message,
PR
Sheridan does not believe in you, AMSA.
Yeah. When
okay, no, that's not...
issues, though.
I don't believe in Yoshi and anybody. I believe in...
Wait, where is Yoshi on your tier list, Sheridan? Give me a number.
Oh, God. I haven't looked at the tier list below like 9 or 10 in a while.
Fair enough. That's most people. Yes.
I mean, maybe like 16 or 17.
Ooh, there's where we disagree right there.
Yeah.
I got Yoshi at a solid like 11 or 12.
That seems low
crazy. To me. 16,
11
17.
or 12?
I got Yoshi at solid 11 or 12.
I can't see him being above
I'd say 11.
Well,
say 11.
Personally, I think Samus is kind of a clear number 9 right now.
I got Pikachu 9. We're going down a very dangerous path here. I think we should get back to the SSBM rank
at 9.
Imagine was Arian was here. You know where Arian's Pikachu is on Arian's list?
Is he like number 6
like
or
5
something?
or something ridiculous?
Fifth. What an insane human.
I did 5th. I was joking so hard when I said 5. I was not even being remotely
I am not
serious.
joking when Arian says Pikachu's 5th.
That's absurd.
Let's move on. Let's go back to the SSBM rank.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So where's this list?
I got another one that okay.
Ooh.
Kirby Cosmic.
Sheridan. Ooh.
Okay.
I was afraid you would say that.
Ooh. Actually, so before when
Sheridan, just because you beat him in a 2v1 in teams at Apex 2012.
No, Toph did. Toph beat him. But
shit.
It was me and Toph versus Kirby Kaze and Vans or whatever we won. But no. I put him higher. I mean, we worked on the Evo scene together, and I put him higher than I really should have, in my opinion. Going back and reviewing everything.
Sure. It's easy to say in hindsight when he got bopped by Tudad and Swedish Delight, right?
Yeah.
But those are like the 2 matches.
That's rough.
You have to keep reevaluating, and Kirby Kaze is one that I put out as being really strong before Evo, and I just have to say I was wrong at that point. Going back and reinterpreting that and kind of looking more at his record over the past year, I think 20 is maybe 2 or 3 spots too high.
Ooh. Top 8 at Apex is easily forgotten, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did get, 7th, I think, at Apex?
Yeah.
I mean, he beat Mac D.
And actually, I mean, Tafo, I made my list, before almost anybody else and sent it to you, so, if you compare what I actually ranked people with what I'm saying, it may be different, because,
You put KK at 22.
22? Okay, all right. Then that's basically consistent.
That supports what you said, yeah. 2-3 places back.
All right. Anybody else want to put their opinions out there?
I think for how little Wizzy has done at big tournaments, I don't think he deserved 25. Or top 25.
All right.
I think I had him at... I might have had him at 25. I don't remember. I think Drug Fox also does not belong in the top 25. That's an aberration for me.
Yes. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna agree with that. That's such recency bias. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, recency does matter.
It does.
Not that recent.
It's not that much. Yeah.
Right. I think that he's definitely good enough to be top 25, but I don't think put him
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. But
he needs more tournaments like Evo for me to vote him top 25 end of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my concern with... actually, go ahead.
Well, what I wanted to ask you is, who did you guys put in top 25 that didn't make the cut here?
I actually, in mine, I didn't receive a ballot from the young applicants. So
I actually had
it was a bit of a surprise when the 25 came out.
I'll just go ahead and do mine. I had Zoo in there. I had Zoo at 23 or 24.
I actually really like that. I think Zoo's put in a lot of strong performances this year.
Who has he been?
See I feel like Zoo. The problem is he doesn't have the big win that makes people pay attention to him, but I don't really see that many other people with as consistent a record with him just over the course of the year.
He lost that Super Nebs. He lost to Zanguzen. He lost to Cactar. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at anybody else that is contending, in 25 to 35, you will find those losses for them as well. And I think Zoo, I mean, I haven't run the numbers obviously, but my feeling is that Zoo has kind of fewer of those losses, especially given like the opportunities he's had to lose.
Yeah, but he's had a lot of opportunities to beat players better than him.
But what I'm saying is, even though he doesn't have those wins, like he consistently stays in this margin, and I think that's worth something. I just don't really see that many people in our nominations that I could really say that about with more confidence than Zoo.
You don't think Nintendo did better than Zoo this year?
No, I don't think I had. I think Nintendo was. I had like people on the side that I was like on the margin, and I think I had like Nintendo in like the 26, 27, 28 range.
Yep, I had. It was really hard between Nintendo and Zoo for me. I put Zoo 25. I think, I don't know. Looking back, Nintendo actually probably should. It's hard to say because like there are a couple tournaments here and there where he gets bopped by a double peach, double elimination. So I don't want to hold that against him. You know, he loses to Mafia at Evo. He loses to Connor. It happens.
I definitely could see the argument. I definitely would entertain that. Yeah, for sure.
It's a tough call.
I don't really count losing to Mafia and Connor against him too heavily. Those are a couple good players right there.
Yeah, they are good players. Yes. I don't know if they're players that you should be losing to if you're number 25 in the world, though. That's kind of my argument.
You just get owned by the matchup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the one matchup that you kind of have to take into account when you judge somebody's wins and losses. Like almost any other matchup in between like the top 8 characters, I'll just say, you know what? You just gotta get good. You just gotta learn the matchup.
Didn't Zoo lose to Frycook?
Yes, he did.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, I think Ice Climbers are a really bad character.
Okay, but if you're gonna forgive Nintendo for losing to Ice Climbers, why do we turn the cheek on him Zoo losing to like people like Frycook?
Maybe I just didn't know about that. So
when did that happen?
I'm totally joshing you. It did happen this year, but we won't talk about it.
All right.
So Zoo was the only one I think in my top 25 who didn't make it, and Drug Fox made it in over him. That was the one discrepancy that I had between the actual and my list.
Okay, all right.
For me,
so
besides that, I don't think
you revealed 11 through 15 last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You little scrublet. All right. So since they're not on the website, since they're not on the site, why don't you tell us what they were?
Let me get my spreadsheet. 15
I have it out.
14 Silent Wolf, tied for 12th Lucky and SBAT, 11 Shrimp.
Okay.
The Fox.
I think I had those 5 in my 11 through 15, just not in that order.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you look at Hax's record, like this is the debate again. How far do you go back? Isn't this a 2015 specific SSBM rank? If it is,
even so, like it still doesn't exist in a vacuum.
I know it doesn't, but look at what Hax has done this year. Look me in the eye and tell me he deserves 15.
No, actually, I had him 18th.
Oh yeah, I had him 18th exactly too.
Yeah, so my 11 through 15 was in order. Okay, going up. I had Ice 15, Shroon 14, Silent Wolf 13, SFAT 12, and Lucky 11.
Oh, I had the same 5. I had Silent Wolf 15, SFAT 14, Ice 13, Shroom 12, Lucky 11.
Okay, interesting. Tafo, what you got?
For 15 through 11?
Yeah.
So do we all have PPU 10?
I think so.
That's fair.
Yeah, I really can't see anybody else. It's
fair. He gets 9th at everything.
He's only lost to basically the top 9, really top 8 or 9 people for most of the whole year, except for Kirby Kaze at Apex.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost to Zach or Dewan at NorCal things, but I just kind of let that.
Yeah.
It's NorCal. It's kind of like how Plup beating Hungrybox. I don't count that against HBox that much at locals.
Okay. All right.
It's more something that's for
Plup
as opposed to against Hungrybox.
Yeah, I hear you.
So for me, I had Ice at 15, SFAT at 14, Lucky at 13, Silent Wolf at 12, and Shroomed at 11.
Okay, so we all had the same 5.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
I think that might be.
All 4 of us had the same 5.
That might be like. Sorry,
Sorry.
Right, well,
it's not your fault.
I feel like Webs should have gotten a ballot.
You want to share your ideas?
Webs should have gotten a ballot.
The only thing I'll say is that it would be appropriate to put PPU at 9th just because he gets 9th at everything.
Sure, but 9th. But
9th actually is top 12.
I know.
Yeah, 9 to 12.
Right.
So I'm gonna put him at 10.
So it still works. I don't know. Everything sounds pretty good. I mean, that's where you put all of the top foxes, I think. Like those guys who are right on the fringe is in that 11 to 18 range where they land there. You know, and it's so interchangeable based upon most recent results, really. I'd go back like 4 or 5, 6 months and just flip them around based on how they've done recently. You know, it's so hard to differentiate because they're all amazing players. I'm not saying they play similarly; they just all happen to play the same character and be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, agreed with you guys.
So, I think everybody gets maybe one or two players where, even though their results don't quite indicate it on like a strict objective basis, you still have like the belief in this player. And you kind of put him higher than you really should based on his results. So I want to know who's that guy for you, for all of you guys. I'll tell you right now, mine is S2J.
Yeah, I was gonna say S2J. So.
It's S2J for everybody.
Yeah. So I had him at 17th actually. Yep,
I had him at. Oh, I put him at 20. So maybe I didn't. That contradicts what I just said.
That's just you trying to, because you have a crazy Falcon bias, so that's you trying to compensate for that.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah. I had to, check myself. Like, all right, I can't put him too high. I got to look at the results.
Yeah. All right, yeah. Daniel, where do you have S2J, and who's your guy that's higher than you know he really should be, but you just still really believe in him?
I had S2J at 16.
Oh, okay, even higher than me.
That's high. Right.
I think the person I have is Javi.
Ooh, where do you have him?
I actually had him in like 23, and
okay,
he had 2 pretty good tournaments. That one Texas tournament earlier this year.
Yes.
And he took PPU to last hit, beat Shroomed, and so this guy.
Yeah, I actually, reflecting on this was a mistake because I did this in like one night. I had him at 16.
Whoa!
I think I just I super extrapolated from those 2 tournaments, which kind of goes against my normal principles.
Hey, he may very well be 16. It's just he has so little data that we're left to guess.
Looking back on this, I can't really justify 16, but based on what I've seen, I would still put him in top 25 again.
I think so. That's fair.
He did have the sickest combo of Evo, in my opinion, against PPU.
Oh, on PPU? Yeah, dude, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Like, PPU's DI was pretty good, but Javi just, like, followed him, was like, nah, I'm still gonna kill you.
All the way across the stadium. That was nuts.
Like, the crazy thing is that Javi took Hungrybox to Game 5. He's also beaten MacD.
Yeah. And I honestly, I count, I do count really close losses differently.
Somewhat.
You got to keep them in mind, right? It'd be foolish not to at least keep it in mind.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me going to Game 5 versus Hungrybox isn't worth anything? Yeah, no, of course it's worth something.
Right. I mean, like, okay, so if you're watching like the lead up to the Super Bowl and like the Patriots beat somebody in the conference finals 55-0, you're not going to tell me that's the same as them beating them 24-23 in terms of whether you think they're going to win the Super Bowl or not.
Yes.
If you do, you're stupid.
We're evaluating here. We're not just looking at raw numbers.
Yeah.
So you obviously look at how they performed in a set. You don't just say set win, set loss, set win, set loss.
The only problem with it is if you're gonna do that, you have to actually be consistent about the way you do that, which is kind of the really difficult thing about.
That's true. Yeah.
Can't decide you want to do this for one player, but like ignore another player who has a similar.
And there's and there's just so much data that even if you do your best to be consistent, you might not actually really accomplish it just because of, it really requires watching all those matches. And
I think the opposite effect is true for like Hugs and MacD. These are two players who attend like almost everything these days, and they always do pretty well. You know, they're always at like the 13th ish, placing at a national, 9th, 13th, 17th. But they seem to not have that like superstar breakthrough amazing win that 200k views on YouTube or whatever. So it's sometimes it's kind of hard to place them. But if you look at their placings and the results, they're easily top 20, both players.
Yeah, I actually have them at 19 and 20 respectively.
Yeah,
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I had him 17, 18.
All right. So, I don't think. Do you want to reveal our top 10, or should we save that for another time? Should we save it for after the reveal?
Should we do the shameless thing or what?
No. Are you planning on just releasing them day by day?
Okay, let's do.
I think we should wait.
Okay.
Yeah,
let's wait.
Okay.
How does it feel, guys? How does it feel to have been
blue balled?
So for Blur to have gotten 11 out of 20 from Daniel, but us not getting shit.
Hey, no, Sheridan is on my
Doesn't feel good.
All the chat wants it so bad.
Oh my god.
Oh my! Shouldn't have even said anything.
This was
we're definitely gonna not release the MIOM top 10. I was just talking about like our personal.
Yeah, personal, of course.
Oh yeah, let's do our personal top 10s. Why not?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Who goes first? I guess
Tafo.
I'll go first because I have it up on my my voting ballot. So should we start at 10? I got Pew Pew at 10 just because reasons we discussed. He gets 9th at everything. He loses only to top 9 besides Kirby Kaze this year. I think he's a solid 10. Very little argument for below or above.
I think we all have that.
I got West Balls at 9. He's a little bit too glass cannon for me to go any higher than that, but like his wins over Mango, Axe, and he beat Hungry Box this year. Like, dude, he's got to be 9.
His ceiling's so high.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
You want to just keep going, or do you want to do like round and round each?
Yeah, do it 2 at a time. I like
okay, dude.
Okay.
Let's keep going, and if we have a disagreement, then we will.
All right.
All right.
I actually have Plup at number 9.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah. I think this may just be. I didn't really hear much of him from like the first half of the year, and just all of a sudden he comes out and starts destroying people.
Because
and I mean, maybe I think
cheek, right?
Yeah, and I think honestly he has like his record is not that different from West Balls's. In terms of, I feel like overall, West kind of shat the bed at Evo, losing to Ken.
And Apex. He got 33rd at Apex.
Yeah, he did really bad at Apex. People forget about that so quickly.
But I mean, I've seen West Balls put himself out there more than Plup has.
I'm just looking at CEO, Evo, Plup put in some work. I think it's hard to argue for him below 8.
Yeah. I could, my only thing is I think Axe is above West Balls. Plup, honestly, I could see anywhere from 7 to 9. I mean, that's just how I was feeling that day. But, with a strong enough argument, I could be persuaded. All right. So what's everybody else's 7 through 9?
I put West Balls at 9.
Yeah.
And then?
Then Plup at 8.
I put X at 8.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Very nice.
All right.
I have the same thing.
Yeah.
They're just very high on Plup. Dude, he's... If you talk about, like, if there's such thing as the next gods, he's absolutely one of them. 100%.
We got to come up with another term besides God at this point.
We do.
It's really just top 6.
I know.
Top 6.
Yeah, he is like right there at this point. It's gonna be big things from him.
So number 7, you guys are all gonna kill me. Stream chat is gonna kill me.
I bet I know who it is.
Is he gonna say it?
What is it?
I put Mewtwo King at 7.
Oh, okay.
That's not that controversial.
I don't think that's that contentious.
And
yeah, I disagree, but it's not insane.
I just think moving ahead, I kind of looked at this as like how at this plateau, right? Like how do they do against like the people in that tier and the tier above them? And I see that Mewtwo King has absolutely like no hope against Hungrybox, whereas Plup does. Mewtwo King on a questionable day could potentially beat Leffen or Mango, but Plup has beaten Mango. Plup, I could see beating Leffen up ahead. I don't quite see that for Mewtwo King. And so when I see the potential of Plup, of what he's done in the past like month and a half, keep in mind like this was before like Mewtwo King started whooping axe again. I just said like, given that tier, like I think they have to play somewhat favorably against the tier above them, and that's why I put Plup higher.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good assessment.
I think not at all controversial.
Yeah.
I think it's controversial. I just don't think it's insane.
Well, though, yeah, Plup beat Leffen. My bad. I forgot that twice.
Yeah, he's 2-1.
I was gonna let that slide. I was gonna call you out on it.
For some reason, like I was just like picturing like I was still back in CEO mode with the Sheik, and I totally forgot about that Samus.
Yeah, it's true. He did do it with the Samus.
That's gonna be a great rivalry, like for a long time. I
think so, definitely.
Yeah, Plup Leffen.
The thing was too after what was it? I think it was after What the Fox when M2K made that tweet, that series of tweets where he's like, I'm gonna learn melee again, and once my hands recover, you won't recover. Like, that like hypes.
Did you write that? I
just tweeted that.
I saw that he tweeted it, but I can't envision myself watching M2K like type that up and press send.
I can imagine him in like the car with like PB&J saying that and then laughing like hysterically.
That's
the picture in my mind is PB&J taking his phone and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna write this tweet." Yeah,
right.
Yeah, definitely.
$2 slices.
Yeah. but after I saw that, like, I thought maybe not like the immediate future, but going forward, that maybe eventually he'll come back around. And there's obviously there's still room for that. I think once he realizes that he can't do his take 50-50s constantly in the neutral and then just punish harder because everyone else is going to be punishing just as hard as him. That once he realizes he can't get away with that stuff anymore, that maybe he'll make the adjustment he has to.
To be determined.
And also, here's the other factor that slid into me. Like, I favor activity, and Plup got 4th at the largest tournament of all time. And, like, I think overall, like, because at the end of the day, the heart of it is for them to get recognized by these sponsors and stuff. And I value activity and rewarding that more than a player that we kind of speculate over. I know there's a balance, but that's what kind of sealed the deal for me.
Yep.
Actually, the more I think about it, the more I like that Tafo. I think I probably wouldn't have done it had I received a ballot. But
okay, for the top 100, for the top 100 in like 3 to 4 months, I will give you a ballot. It's just that the Midwest was actually really good on participating. So like the first 9 people from like the Midwest all did it. East Coast, I had to ask like 11 people.
You got a hold of 9 other people in the Midwest before me.
Whoa, I was about to say, like, damn.
Like Rob.
Oh, sorry.
9 people you contact before Webs.
Actually, sorry, I lie. I limited the Midwest. I limited the Midwest here. Okay, I lie about that. But everyone I asked in the Midwest initially, because it's kind of like House of Representatives in states, right? I'm not going to give Midwest exactly the same representation as like East Coast.
No, I think that makes sense.
No, especially with this quarter ranking where it's only the top 25 because we're not really seeing.
Right. But given that, the people I asked were really quick about it, so I'm just going to list them off. Atma, Fruit Loop, Juggleguy, Duck, and Keizu. They were all really good at getting back to me, whereas like other coasts, I kind of had to reach. Like East Coast, holy crap, they suck at
East Coast sucks.
doing things. Not only that, they suck at rating people. Like I'm gonna put them on class. I'm not gonna name specifics, but I was reading some of these, and one person put like a bunch of people put like hacks in like 11, 9, or 10. I'm just like,
ooh.
Oh gosh, like, yeah, they think he's Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. East Coast when they think someone's good, when they think someone's good, they think they're good for a while. Like I remember last year looking at the data, East Coast voted Darkrain like in the 30s. You know, he's still a god at the East Coast. They haven't looked at the last couple of years of data.
Yeah. The Midwest gets back so quick because we're just happy to be here, man.
Yeah. I was about to say, like,
I think that
we're just in isolation, man. You know, I don't want to drive 2 hours to a Smash Fest. I'll do, you know, the Tafo SSBM rank on my little Google Docs here.
Dude. So, Webs, you do have a spot. I will keep you in mind.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm probably going to be put on blast like 6.5 more times. Actually, do you guys take the over or under on 4.5?
Over.
Over. For what?
For getting put on blast for not giving Webs.
I was going to put the over under at like 10.5, dude. Over.
Okay. All right. So 7 and 6 for you guys. We should probably rush this.
Although I voted Plup, I voted Plup 7, MTK 6. Like right now, if I had to do the battle over again, I think I'd flip flop them. I put Plup 6, MTK 7.
I have Axe 7, Mewtwo King 6.
Okay. Yeah, I have Axe 8 just because.
But again, I think I could be convinced of Plup anywhere between 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Or 7 and 9.
Yeah.
All
right, top 6 time?
Top 5.
Top 5.
Oh, yeah. Right. So.
Sheridan looks rather silly, by the way.
No, I was supposed to email you or message you changes to this.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. He took it that seriously. He's like, yo, I got to change to make.
I didn't put it up.
And I honestly, like, what I had before is not as egregious as some of the other mistakes, so I think you should believe me that I meant to send you messages correcting this.
Yeah. Your swing wouldn't have changed the vote.
No, I get it, but it's just for posterity's sake.
Yeah. Okay, why don't you go with your...
What I really would have liked to have is PP 5th, Hungrybox 4th, Leffen 3rd, Mango 2nd, Armada 1st.
I got nothing to add to that. That's exactly what I had.
I switched Leffen and Mango. I put Leffen at 2 and Mango at 3.
All right.
And I don't think you can make an argument deviating from that right now besides the Mango Leffen switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just coming off Evo and the big tournament swing in the summer before that, it almost just writes itself.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy call.
Well, not much for the discussion on that one.
Let's talk about because I've seen Leffen be anywhere from 1 to 3. We always see Armada over Mango, but I've seen Leffen anywhere from 1 to 3 on that list.
I don't see an argument for 1. Right?
I cannot see an argument for 1.
Yeah, I can't. Just because you can't ignore the big slump from Apex to CEO.
CEO, yeah. And
yeah,
Armada...
He lost to Leffen, he lost to SFAT, Hugs, like Axe, got bought by Hungrybox a couple times in there. Like it...
SFAT.
Right. SFAT, Hugs, Axe.
Yeah.
You can't put him number 1.
Yeah. Who has Armada even lost to outside the top 6?
Ever or
the man is
nobody recently.
The man is just insanely consistent.
Silent Spectre,
you know what you're going to get from him.
Are the last 2 non-top 6 defeats for Armada.
What did he lose to at the Foundry where he was tanked?
That doesn't count.
He was toasted.
That would be the only other time.
He was toasted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
so
Leffen and Mango.
I
want to hear your reasonings.
Dude, Mango won fucking MLG Evo 2014 at Big House.
Yeah.
And you cannot ignore that. He was, at the end of 2014, number 1 by, like, this margin, okay? And I just don't believe that a 2015 in which he hasn't even done that bad can bring him down to 3rd if you look at Leffen's resume starting in the middle of 2014 on.
But but this is 2015, Rob.
It is, and I do not believe the world exists starting at Apex 2015.
Right. It's
cool.
And
this
is also this is where we get into what do you mean by best or better? Do you mean is he going to win the tournament tomorrow? Do you mean what happens if you have another what happens if you ran Evo 1,000 times? Who do you expect would win more often than not? And those are you're going to have different answers based on how you approach it. So and
just
no
a combination,
two people are going to have the same way of approaching it.
Just a combination of empirical data and, personal opinion and looking ahead slightly.
So Tafo once put Mango at like 4th some time long ago. And what I've called that is using your eyes versus using your brain. You need to use your brain. You can't just use your eyes. And by that, I mean looking at the paper and having a formula spit something out for you just based on that. As much as you know me, I'm a fucking scientist and my life is about data. But there is always a matter of interpretation of data. And you can't ever avoid that aspect of subjectivity to it. Everybody's going to have different ways of interpreting the data. And we know who Mango is. And it's going to take a little bit more time for me to say that Mango is not the second best player in the world.
You know what
just
a big
using
thing?
my brain about what I know about Mango.
Yeah. And people... Just one specific thing chat's going nuts about right now is 2015 versus 2014. But if you just to use an example, one thing that I like to do a lot when talking about Melee is compare it to tennis. It has
the best comparison.
It's got a lot of parallels in so many different ways.
And analogous in so many ways. It's a beautiful.
And when you look at the ATP rankings throughout the year, they don't start it over. It's not like 2015 hits and it's a clean slate. It's a carryover. Every week, when a week ends, the system adjusts based on points and tournaments that were played. So you don't say, like for Melee, you don't just like 2015 hits.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you just like, yeah, sure, Mango, in 2014 had one of the most incredible years ever. This is 2015, guys. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's
you
so
can't
dumb.
Just toss that out.
I completely agree, and that's why I say that. Really, to say it's 2015 rankings, it's silly to say we should only be using data from Apex on.
Exactly.
I really don't think that's what the spirit of a mid-year rankings are. We are always using all the data from forever to use to make our decisions. Mm-hmm. I mean, not using that data is silly. It doesn't get you anything.
Yeah.
Right. We're pretty much in every decision we're ever making.
Yeah.
We're using
I'm surprised
all the
there's
data,
surprised there's even an argument for using 2015 data only. That's like beyond silly.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, if there's a damning statistic for Leffen is that he went 3-10 against the Big Six in like a 3-month stretch.
Before CEO, he was 3-10.
Yeah. So like, I mean, I think a lot of people are saying like, what about Apex? And I think the people will be recency biased. I'm not going to go as far as like, count MLG for Mango or like wait to a significant amount, but Leffen did have a massive slump that is by far worse than Mango's slump.
He'll talk about it himself too. If you listen to the interview, let's put some quotes around that, between Mango and Leffen after SSC, Super SmashCon. Mango's talking about, I whipped you, and Leffen's just constantly slump. Like he knew he was in a slump. Slump, of course, because he was getting his butt.
He's just been on fire for the last months.
I wouldn't say Leffen's slump is far worse than Mango's. I think they're arguably pretty similar, but Mango started out with kind of a higher baseline that Leffen had to catch up to, and it's only barely right now to the point where he's caught up that you can have a reasonable argument for number 2. And if you want to put him at number 2, I think that's not beyond the pale at all. It's just your personal way of interpreting the data. And
absolutely,
that's
okay.
It's not egregious, but I'm solidly in favor of No, he's still 3 right now.
Mm-hmm. I'd put Mango at a light 2 and Leffen at a strong 3. I think.
Yeah.
Once again, I think I kind of reward more recent things, and Mango has not won a super major, and Leffen has. So,
yeah.
But I also do think that people discarded tournaments like Press Start too easily, where Mango basically 3-0'd everybody that was like 4 through like 11 at that tournament.
Yeah.
Right? He virtually 3-0'd everybody. He 3-0'd Hungrybox, like 3-0'd Leffen.
Dude, that was messed up that we didn't get to see so much of his losers bracket run too in that tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like barely any of those matches. Yeah, that was for like 9th when he played hacks, and like at least somebody get a phone out or something. Like, I was really upset when I didn't get to watch that.
I got to watch it, but I was.
Oh, okay.
But I had to do the slides for the top 8 analyst desk, so I can't do everything at once. I wish I did. This is where you need eclipsing binary.
Oh, wait, where are the videos?
This is where you need eclipsing binary.
Oh, I thought you said eclipsing binary was there. Oh, I was about to be so excited.
Yeah.
See Mango versus hacks again.
Yeah.
Hey, that's 20XX tournament edition coming up when you can record. You can go back and replay and then record it.
Excited, very excited.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Mine actually shipped without a card. Like I had to email Dan Salvato again. It's like, yo, I got a couple pieces of paper, but like no card. It's like, oh, dude, that happened to a couple other people. Some processing.
He literally just sent you paper.
It might have fallen out at, like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know how that happens.
Dude, the delivery man took it. He saw
that delivery man was a smasher, and there's some rogue 20XX TO right now out there running tournaments.
Hey, this is kind of a good lead-in for something that I just want to mention real quick. Because Show Me Your Moves is coming up this summer, and they're actually going to be running the 20XX tournament edition at it.
Whoa!
Yeah, they're going to be doing Pokemon Stadium
Melee
transformation lists.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to witness them.
Definitely check that out. That's coming up at the end of this month, the end of August.
You know what's crazy?
Not doing rule sets this week. This is forever tabled. It's forever going to be that topic where we can just table it.
You just keep pushing it.
Yeah.
This is actually
Sheridan's call. He was the one who wanted to do it.
This is kind of crazy, but not counting Smash the Record where Mango went other characters, Mango actually had a 12-set win streak on Hungry Fox.
Right?
Kind of even. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
I thought even more than that. It's been since NCR 2013, right?
Yeah, 12 sets.
Sorry, it was 11 sets. I'm sorry, not 12.
Still, yeah, that I thought it was even more than that.
No, it's 11.
Yep.
Hungrybox did win Paragon. I think there was actually an interesting argument. If you're just to look at performances, Hungrybox and Mango actually have very similar resumes.
Yeah, they do. I just think Mango's baseline, like Sheridan said, from last year.
Right. Yeah.
I think
nobody's, Tafo and Mango are not at the same position in the starting line at the beginning of 2015.
Exactly. That's what people are, for some reason, not understanding.
The reason that doesn't make sense to do that is that using that does not give you better predictive power in the future.
Yep.
I mean, why would you not use all the data available? The whole point is to have a prediction about what's going to happen, right? So why
I don't think there's too many statisticians in our crowd, in this.
No,
Drug
Fox needs to be top 15 right now.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Daniel is speaking as a generic Reddit monster right now.
Actually, I think Reddit has been pretty good on the discussions.
They've been a little better. They have been better.
Like, I look at the discussion, somebody might put a claim like, why isn't Drug Fox higher? And I think that's more of a genuine curiosity of like, yeah. And then people will explain, they'll put in the sub-thread, well, if you actually look at it, Drug Fox only performed well at Evo, got 17 at CEO, but hasn't really done much. And so it's actually been pretty good discussion.
You're talking about the Smash Bros. Reddit, right? Not the SSBM Reddit?
Yeah, I mean, both Reddits have been really solid.
Yeah.
SSBM is fantastic.
I love that. Yeah, I'm on that Reddit all the time. Never post, always read.
Should we? I mean, it's already been an hour and a half.
We should wrap.
Okay.
Any outgoing messages?
I got some plugs.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I did mention Show Me Your Moves, which is coming up at the end of this month. The longest running annual Smash Bros. Tournament for the, I don't know.
Is there anyone left who's attended every single one?
I don't think so, no.
I think Dark Rain was the last one, and he skipped.
Yeah, it was Dark Rain, and he missed He missed Show Me Your Moves
last 13.
I think he didn't go to the last one, and I think he missed one before that too.
Yeah.
So that's coming up. That's going to be pretty sick. Pretty ambitious. It's going to be a lot bigger this year. They're running Smash 64, as well as some other stuff.
Finally doing 2 days. This is like literally like 5 years too late. They should have been doing.
And they're going to push the 2-day schedule too. But I think it's going to be a really good event. They're also trying something cool besides the tournament edition. Is they're doing all of Melee singles on Sunday, so they're kind of like separating it.
Oof.
But they're finishing other events on Saturday, so it's not like it's a super big time crunch. Aside from that, I've been Webbs. Thanks for having me on Melee and on me, guys. I had a lot of fun. Yeah. You can follow me on Twitter at here. I'll just type it in chat, I guess. Twitter.com/Webbs_Smash. Well, actually, is that going to get auto banned? No, it didn't.
Yeah, we good in here.
Oh, hey, also real quick, this weekend, Drug Fox is coming to Chicago too.
I heard.
Watch some of him. Yeah,
I heard. I would have gone if I wasn't so smashed out from SmashCon. It's just like my sleep schedule's so messed up right now.
Michigan's got to come down again. You guys did come down for Combo Breaker at least.
And I think Show Me Your Moves is going to happen too. So.
Oh, really?
I think so. Me, maybe not, but like there's going to be a car for Michigan for sure.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta plug one of my upcoming tournaments, Body City 3. It's coming up August 22nd, so a week from this Saturday.
Yep.
The legendary Webbs will be there. He's the top billing. Second top billing is S2J, this random dude from SoCal. You know, I've heard of him once or twice before, but like, you know, some Falcon guy from SoCal. He's coming out to Michigan.
Pretty good.
That'll be really fun. So registration for that is up. Smash.gg/BodyCity3. And it's on Facebook too. Search it up. That's all I have.
What do I have? Sheridan, do you have anything?
Nah. Oh, actually, Showdown is going to have a sick announcement tomorrow. Showdown Smash.
Oh, gosh, another one of these announcements of an announcement.
Can there be such a thing as announcement oversaturation?
Yeah, if you were ever a part of the StarCraft 2 scene, you know that it definitely exists.
Unfortunately,
yeah,
I cannot follow your reference.
Oh, okay, well,
Sheridan, you got to give me
to do that.
Yeah, you got to give me more than that. You got to give a hint. Hint that won't get you in trouble with the announcement makers. Come on, let's go.
Genesis 4.
No, Sheridan's such a phony.
We're gonna have something sick at the Foundry. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, right. Is it actually sick, or is it gonna be like me getting blue balled by it, like being excited?
No, it's gonna be sick.
Okay.
All right.
I trust Sheridan's evaluation of sick levelness of announcements. Daniel, you want to wrap it up?
Sorry that I didn't do the weekly wrap-up this week. It totally slipped my mind.
The weekly wrap-up is more like the bi-weekly wrap-up on average, sometimes like weekly, sometimes tri-weekly.
Well, I'm secretly hoping that like the TOs of big tournaments will actually send me it, since like a lot of the bigger TOs kind of think, well, somehow it magically appears on the weekly wrap-up, and they don't send me anything. And
some random guy doing it, right? Sometimes submit form. Yeah, it's rough.
Let's see. I'm still excited. I'm still working on expanding Tafo stats. Expect top 9 to top 10 data to be populated in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully I get the head-to-head. Some matchups are like really hard to research, like Axe versus Mewtwo Plup versus Hungrybox. Those are really difficult.
Oh, those are gonna be so rough. You got to get a Florida person.
You should just contact them directly. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes even they don't know. It's like,
that's
whatever.
true.
Lost track.
They play so much.
In the future, we're actually I'm not going to be going by player, because as you can see, this doesn't scale very well. I'm working with One Frame Link, and hopefully we scrape everything from every challenge that ever existed.
I love one frame link. They do a lot for
those
that.
guys are incredible.
How are you going to do that without API keys, or do you have them?
You don't need API keys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because if you just scrape the data.
Yeah. Just curious. I think the highest level matchup that hasn't happened ever in tournament before is Plup versus PPU right now. Can you confirm that, Daniel?
No, it's happened at Apex a couple of years ago.
Oh,
PPU
man.
barely won.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Wait, Plup, did you say PPU versus Plup?
Yeah, I thought it was Plup.
I've watched that set so many times. That's that's the set I watched to learn Martha Samus.
Missed that. Okay.
It was in 2012, I think. So it was like way.
That's almost so long ago that it doesn't
2013,
count.
It was 2013. Trust me, I know.
That's on the verge of like irrelevancy if you're talking about a head-to-head matchup.
And it's Samus too. It's Samus Marth. So
exactly. Yeah. Which is like we still haven't seen Hacks Fox versus Westball's Falco too. That's kind of sad. It just never happened.
Wait, which one?
Oh well. Hacks Fox versus Westball's Falco. That was the previous like two, highest level that haven't happened yet. If you only count Hacks as Fox, I think he went. It went Hacks Falcon versus Westball.
I was like thinking back to LG.
Yeah, no, they didn't play. He was Leffen.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh well. I hope to see those two matchups happen in the near future for novelty. Different matchups. Okay, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. We will be back.
I love arguing with you guys in chat.
Yep.
Thanks for keeping it real.
Yeah, that's always fun.
I just pretend that I don't see chat, even though sometimes I do, and I cringe.
Oh, I know.
I'm trying to write blurbs for the top 10 because people wanted them so much.
I'll write some blurbs if you want me to.
We will find out if Tafo manages to find blurb content creators, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.